Hey guys, it's Rachel. In today's tutorial, I want to teach you how to create mermaid makeup using the Color Therapy app. Creating these mermaid scales is super fun and easy, and the best part is that you can transform any image in the app to have this mysterious and dreamy look. All right, let's start off by tapping in our basic colors first. Okay, so under the Pastel Easter Emerald palette, let's use that really nice light lavender color in the middle on the top and just tap it in to the face. Now let's use that lightest blue from that palette on the top row and go to the airbrush tool, and I'm gonna do size and opacity at 60. So I'm just gonna softly shade the jaw and the cheekbone a little bit, and really just like the edge of the face all around, with coloring inside the lines mode off for now. Just really loose. And same palette, let's use that pink on the very last pink on that row. Let's do airbrush tool size 100 now, and opacity at 30. Let's add a little bit of blush to those cheeks. Add it to the lips softly, and the nose, and just kind of like the bridge of the nose as well. Now head over to the beach palette. Let's use that bright blue on the top row as well as the turquoise. And let's add it again to the jaw line and the cheekbone. Just like the edge of the face again, just adding more layers. Just the same thing with that turquoise. I'm just adding it in, just lots of colors around the face. So I kind of have like the pink, turquoise, and then dark blue going down the cheekbone. Now let's use your basic white, airbrush tool size 70 now, and opacity at 60. Let's highlight just right underneath the eye, and coloring inside the lines mode is still off. Just kind of a little highlight here and there just to brighten it up. And then just kind of right below the jaw. Over in the Peaceful palette, I'm gonna use the bright purple on the top row. It's the second color from the right on the top row. And I wanna add it into the cheekbone again, and just a little above the eye. I also wanna use the salmon color, so the last color on the second row. And I just wanna softly add it into the cheekbone where it's pink up there. Now with the airbrush tool, let's lower the size to 25 and opacity at 40. We just kind of want to trace and define the nose, just using that salmon color, kind of making little circles. I'm just tracing around where the nostril is and the circle of the nose, and just kind of the bridge of the nose coming down. And I'm kind of going to trace that eye too. So I'm just going around the eye. You can also use some of the pink from the Peaceful palette too. I'm using the fourth color on the second row, just kind of adding it into the nose again, more layers. And I'm going to use that really deep turquoise, the first color on the second row of the Peaceful palette. Airbrush tool size 25 and opacity at 70. I want to give her some like super cool eyeliner, so I'm going to just kind of go right up there and just extend it, and also trace around where the eyelid is too. And then let's blend that with a smear tool. So I'm doing size 23 and intensity 100, just blending it. If you want, you can add some like fun eyeliner. So with white, I'm going to do size 10 and opacity 85. I'm just going to trace just right around the bottom of the eye and kind of bring it down. And then I'm going to bring it way up here just to follow the eyeliner a little bit, just for some fun. Okay, so let's do the scales now. So let's go to the smudge tool. Let's do opacity 100, and you can do size between 20 and 60. So you want to kind of vary it. I'll start with size 60 and then lower it as I go. So now we're just going to dot in some scales. So it's going to show up better on the darker parts of where the jaw and the cheekbone are right here. So just dot in a few scales here and there. And then lower the size a little bit to add some variation. So I'm mostly just focusing on the cheekbone area for the scales, but you can add them wherever you want. Now with the airbrush tool, let's set it size 1 and opacity at 40. Now we're going to trace or highlight the scales with white. So now you just do like a little half circle. We're just going to make really subtle scales, so they look really natural. Now this is going to be really, really subtle, but I'm just doing little tiny little half circles here, getting smaller and smaller, just because it creates kind of a neat look. Let's use the soft pastel tool now, size between 18 to 40. So I'm going to just do size 30 right now to start, and opacity at 70. Now I'm using that bright blue on the top row from the beach palette, and I'm just going to dot in a few little extra scales here and there. If it doesn't work from dotting, you can smear your finger a little bit. Again, lower the size too for smaller areas, and you can raise it for the larger areas. You can also go back and trace those scales, the blue scales you just made, with white again. Now you can use a smear tool to very softly blend the scales. So I'm just doing size 1 and intensity 100. Just really kind of softly blend them. We just want to soften those harsh edges. Okay, let's go over to the crystal tool, size 1, opacity 90. So now I'm gonna just sort of trace a few more little scales here. These are gonna be like super iridescent looking, and I'm mostly just focusing in the lighter area of the face. And then with the splatter tool, I'll do size 25 and opacity at 60. With white, now I'm just gonna spray and kind of lightly dust over it. So now it has a little bit of a sparkle to it. So you can also apply this to mermaid tails or fish or really any image at all in the app. If you'd like to see more tutorials like this, don't forget to subscribe to the Color Therapy YouTube channel so you don't miss any new tutorial videos. Thanks for watching our tutorial. You can get the Color Therapy app for free on the App Store.